Ni hao. My name is Dickson Wong. I'm an award-winning and multilingual tutor here at the Profs, having graduated from the LSE. I specialize in subject tutoring in economics, maths, and Mandarin for GCSE and A levels, as well as the 11+, 13+, 16+ ISEB and Cat4 entrance exams for the UK's most competitive independent grammar schools admissions. Students I've tutored have gained entry to or currently studying in the top UK schools, such as King's Wimbledon, St. Paul's, Dulwich College, Wickham Abbey, Cheltenham Ladies, etc. And at some of the best UK universities like Oxford, Cambridge, the LSE, UCL, KCL, etc. 97% of my A-level students achieved at least a grade B or higher, with 72% achieving at least A stars and A's. And I boast a 100% success rate when it comes to my GCSE students achieving at least a grade 6. Today, I want to speak with you about why learning Mandarin can change your life. Learning Mandarin Chinese has become increasingly popular around the world, and for good reasons. As the most spoken language globally, with over 1.3 billion native speakers, Mandarin offers unique opportunities for personal and professional growth. It opens doors to a deeper understanding at one of the world's oldest civilizations, providing a competitive edge in the global job market and enhances your cognitive abilities. Mandarin is more than just a language. It is a passport to the other side of the world, a visa to new opportunities, and an entrance to new perspectives. Here's 5 life-changing reasons why learning Mandarin Chinese can transform your future. Number 1, increase your career prospect and job opportunities. In today's globalized world, speaking Mandarin can significantly improve your career prospects. Whether you're working in finance, tech, journalism, or diplomacy, Mandarin can set you apart from your competitions. Number 1, in terms of career opportunities. Many multinational companies nowadays have operations in China or with Chinese-speaking regions. Hence, they seek employees with Mandarin language skills. Being able to communicate in Mandarin allows you to work in or with Chinese firms, thereby enhancing your job prospect and making you an asset to global organizations. It will also set you apart from others, giving you an edge in the job market. Secondly, growing economic power. China has been one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and its influence around the global stage is rising. From global corporations to local startups, companies around the world are eager to enter the Chinese market or do business with Chinese firms. So, being able to speak Mandarin not only helps in communication, but also shows that you have an understanding of Chinese culture, which is crucial for business success in China. Secondly, entrepreneurial advantages. If you happen to be an aspiring entrepreneur, knowing Mandarin enables you to build connections with Chinese suppliers, manufacturers, and investors with deep pockets. It allows you to better understand local business practices, whether you're negotiating deals with a Chinese supplier or leading a project. You will now be able to try to do much more effectively. Ask yourself this question: who do you think the people will rather work with? Somebody with just plain business knowledge, or someone who speaks the language of business in China? So get this, when you succeed in speaking Mandarin, you're not just speaking words. You're speaking the language of trade, language of diplomacy, language of technology. The world is becoming smaller and much more interconnected, and your ability to communicate in Mandarin gives you a head start. Second reason why you should learn Mandarin is because it boosts cognitive skills and brain power. Learning Mandarin isn't just about enhancing your global career prospect, it also has significant cognitive benefits. Studies have shown that learning a second language can boost brain function, and Mandarin in particular engages your brain in very unique ways due to its tonal nature and its fast, complex characters. What do I mean by that? Well, firstly, tonal language. It means that the pitch that you use when you say a word changes the meaning of that word. For example, if I say the word ma, that means mother. But if I say ma, that's horse. Did you hear the difference? Ma, mother, horse. You say, well, is that really a big deal? Well, imagine meeting your partner's Chinese mother for the first time and using the wrong tone. Yikes. So that's why Mandarin learners can develop a heightened awareness of sound, which activates areas of the brain that aren't as engaged when learning non-tonal languages, such as English. And then secondly, the complex writing system. The Chinese writing system is composed of thousands of characters, with each representing a unique concept, as opposed to only 26 letters in the alphabet. This boosts memory and also pattern recognition, as you have to remember not only how each character is pronounced, but also how it's written and what it means. And said benefit will also be transferable into other fields like music and math. Research have shown that learning Mandarin improves problem-solving skills, multitasking abilities, and creative thinking, as it requires all the set skills to master its tones, characters, and grammar. The third reason is to expand your travel experiences. If you love traveling, learning Mandarin will make your trips to China or other neighboring Mandarin-speaking regions, or even just Chinatowns across the world, much more enriching and fulfilling. Being able to speak the local language adds a whole new dimension to your travel experience and help you navigate more smoothly. What do I mean by that? Well, firstly, authentic experiences. Imagine exploring the Great Wall of China, savoring the tasty street food in Shanghai, or hiking the scenic trails of Guilin. But this time, being more than just a tourist. You are now an active participant instead of a passive listener, because you are speaking Mandarin and engaging with the locals authentically, asking questions, getting directions, and even learning about hidden gems that most tourists might miss. Isn't that what makes traveling great? Isn't that how we immerse ourselves into a culture? Isn't that how we transform our travels from mere sightseeing to meaningful connections? And then there is exploring beyond the traditional tourist sites. Look, China is a vast country, we all know that, with diverse landscape and cultures. By speaking Mandarin, you can travel more independently, visit places that may not have English-speaking guides. This will open up opportunities to explore regions like Yunnan, Sichuan, Xi'an, and even the Silk Road, where you find breathtaking scenes and rich cultural history that adds up to an unforgettable memory, which unfortunately is less accessible to non-Mandarin speakers. Thirdly, understanding Chinese culture. Chinese culture, spanning over 5,000 years, is one of the world's oldest and richest civilization. But much of it, be that philosophy, literature, or art, is only truly understood in its native language. Concepts such as Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, which have influenced Chinese society for centuries, become more accessible through Mandarin study. But ask yourself this, can you really understand Confucius if you only read translations? Probably not. And furthermore, some Chinese words actually have no direct translation in English. They convey ideas and emotions that are simply too intricate for the English language. So, by learning Mandarin, you gain deeper insight into the Chinese language, traditions, and values. We've all had trips where we felt like we've only just scratched the surface of something. Learning Mandarin ensures that next time you dive deep into the heart of the places that you visit, because locals respect you more and appreciate you more, and you gain access to these authentic experiences that tourists can only dream of. The language becomes your passport to new adventures, new friendships, and unique memories. Fourth reason why you should learn Mandarin is building global relationships and connections. Speaking Mandarin allows you to build meaningful connections with native speakers, both in China and in Asia. I'm talking about friendships and networking. Mandarin is spoken not only in China, but in countries like Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, and many other countries with a large Chinese-speaking population, which is where that number 1.3 billion that I mentioned earlier came from. Yes, 1.3 billion. That's the number of people who speak Mandarin. Now, picture yourself suddenly at a snap of a finger, being able to communicate with a population larger than that of Europe, the United States, and Australia combined. Just imagine the friendships, the connections, the cultural exchange that is waiting for you. And now, on the contrary, imagine how many of these opportunities you would have missed simply because of a language barrier. And then there are diplomatic and cultural exchanges. As international cooperation becomes much more important, knowing Mandarin enables you to engage in cultural exchange programs to promote diplomacy and build bridges between the East and the West. If you're interested in working in international relations, NGOs, or even politics, Mandarin skills can make you a very valuable mediator and advocate for cross-cultural understanding. Notice, China has now become one of the world's largest economies and a significant player in international trade, politics, and technology, as illustrated by the fact that Mandarin is one of now 6 official languages in the United Nations. Yes, while English has locked in as the dominant language in the West, it is Mandarin that will be the key to the East. Remember, learning Mandarin is not just about acquiring a new language. It's about acquiring a secret code that allows you to engage with 1/5 of the human race. The 5th and final reason why you should learn Mandarin is to prepare for a multilingual future. Due to globalization, together, you and I, we live in a world that's becoming increasingly interconnected. So being bilingual or even multilingual is no longer just an advantage. It's become a necessity. Anyone with Mandarin language skills will become a key asset in the world, trending towards global interaction and digital communication. Firstly, staying competitive. As more people learn English as a second language in the East, knowing an additional language like Mandarin sets you apart. It shows that you are intelligent, willing to learn, and capable of engaging with the global community. How many people can really say they've learned one of the most difficult languages in the world? That is Mandarin. And best of all, learning Mandarin could be the bridge to a better future, helping you arrive at something that may once seem out of reach. It positions you nicely as a forward-thinking individual, ready to speak, ready to think, and ready to succeed in a multilingual and interconnected world. Secondly, multilingual workplaces. The future of work will likely involve global collaboration and technology. Being able to communicate in Mandarin prepares you for careers in multinational corporations and even in remote working environments where language diversity is key. But the communication may even extend into a widening customer base too, where speaking Mandarin allows you to do things like running marketing campaigns, product development targeted at Chinese-speaking markets, supporting customer service, etc., etc. Look, learning Mandarin isn't going to be easy because preparing for your future itself is not easy either. But if you can do this, in the future, every time you feel discouraged or that you cannot do something, you can draw back on this experience and remember that you have overcome the difficulty in mastering one of the world's most difficult languages. Character by character, word by word, phrase by phrase. So to wrap up, learning Mandarin Chinese is not just about acquiring a new language. It's a life-changing skills that open doors to career advancement, cognitive enhancement, cultural understanding, global connections, and future preparations. Whether you're motivated by professional goals or simply by personal curiosity, Mandarin offers an incredible opportunity to expand your world. So, why not take that leap of faith, embrace the challenge, and start learning Mandarin? It just might be the decision that transforms your life.